Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today we are going to be cracking into a full face of makeup that I hate. I did a full face of my 2019 makeup favorites, but I figured it would be fun to do the negative version. I know that hate is a strong word, but as I was unpacking these, I agree with that. I can't think of a single one of these that I'm like, could this possibly be redeemable? No, they're all terrible. If you're new here, welcome. Please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any new videos. And if you enjoy content like this, hit that thumbs up button. It helps me out and gives me some feedback. Without further ado, let's go ahead. I'm gonna prime my skin because I want this makeup to have a really good chance. So I'm going to use my number 7 Airbrush Away primer. I'm just trying to make my way all the way through it, you know? Gosh, I'm not looking forward to this. So for foundation, I am going to go in with one that shocked me that I disliked it. It is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. It says Luminous Makeup Nude Skin Feel. It's luminous, all right. I bought this because Allie Glines said she liked it so much. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on with a brush because it's so dewy. I kind of want to see if a brush will help it be less dewy. I doubt it, but it's the wrong shade for me. I understand that because I bought it when I was self-tanning and everything. I haven't done that in a while. So I'm just gonna use 2 pumps to start out with. So I'm just getting a little bit of that on my brush, just using a flat top brush. I don't remember if I tried it out with a sponge or with a brush last time I used it, but whatever I did not like because I threw it into this bag. I'm orange. I do remember disliking the fact that it just took forever to cover anything up. My nose, it did okay actually, but it's even on my forehead, redness is showing through, and my forehead isn't the red area of my face. You know what I mean? It feels really thick and tacky, and then it doesn't actually cover anything. It's emphasizing pores and texture. I'm just not happy with it. Kind of in the same vein of that foundation is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. Now the last time that I tried this, I know that I was putting on a lot more than I do now. So I'm going to put on about the amount that I would put on now. So I'm just going to do my normal concealer thing with it now. And maybe the fact is that I was using way too much. But I'm if you can't put it on pretty much any way you want and it still look pretty, is it really that good of a product, or is it just a really picky product? Yeah, that made my under eyes look dry. Drew, fix it. It just looks kind of dry to me. It's I see all these little bumps that I don't normally see when I do my makeup. So it's just weird. It's just real thick. Now we are going to go into my favorite powder of all time. No, this is literally my least favorite powder I've ever tried. This is the e.l.f. HD powder. And it confused me so much because so many people absolutely loved it and raved about it. They were like, this is the best $5 powder you can get, blah, blah, blah. Tried it once, hated it. Well, then they repackaged it, and I was like, well, maybe they reformulated it. So I tried it again because people were still raving about it. And I don't know if you can see, but it just looks really heavy. You know, it doesn't look light and fluffy like baby powder looks, which is what I kind of look for in a powder. It looks like it has the weight of salt versus the weight of flour. Does that make sense? Keep in mind, this is on top of a foundation that I already know I don't like, so I'm going to take it with a grain of salt. I am functioning under the impression that it is terrible. Oh, also, I hated the actual packaging because it has one of those I just dumped that all over. It has this stupid little system where you're supposed to slide it and pour it out, but this was closed. So it got that much powder in the top just from it being closed. And so I'm I can't even imagine if it were open. Okay, I gotta show you this because this is very interesting. So here's the kind of texture of the powder. You see what I mean? It's not sticking. It doesn't have any moisture to it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna spread it out. When I dip my little brush into it and tap it, it's gone. There should be a thick layer of white on there. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so I'm going to try it under the eyes. Wow, that looks like it did nothing. I mean, it feels drier. It just feels drier. And then we'll get my big fluffy brush. Pick this up off of my desk here. I'm just doing what I normally do with any other powder, you know, just tap it in the lid and then tap it out. Tap out my creases like I don't usually have to do. Oh, and then also it left a white cast. I remember that now. It like leaves a white cast on your face, so it lightens your foundation. Look, compared from one side to the other. But just look at how dry my face looks. Like not just matte, but like dry. It feels kind of soft though. Maybe I'm over exaggerating. I don't know. I'm not exaggerating this going on here though. Now I look like I have an orange unibrow. Ugh. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't look as terrible as I remember, but it just doesn't look as pretty as my powder normally looks. I don't know if you can see it, but it is lighter. It's like a tiny little bit lighter on this side versus this side. Oh man, I forgot to use this. Oh man. Okay, well, I'm just gonna use it now because what do we care? So this is the Nature's Cartel Illuminator. It's like a little stick. It's like this weird purpley golden color. It like turns to like this weird like purple. I'm trying to show you. There. Haha. You see it? It's purple. So I'm just going to put this one on my face. I just don't understand why people do duochrome highlighters. I'm like, if it goes from one shimmer to another shimmer, that's fine. But like if it goes from like a darker color to a lighter color, like it's going to change when you turn your face and look kind of ashy. I don't get it. Yeah, as I'm looking straight on, it just doesn't, it looks kind of like almost grayish up here, you know? Normally that would still be popping as I'm looking forward, but now I guess I'll do brows. So this is the Maybelline Total Temptation Pencil. My problem with this isn't really the format, it is the texture of the actual pencil. It's just really, really hard. And so I was like beating up my brows, trying to get done whatever I needed to get done, trying to get a precise line, etc., etc. Well, now I'm not having to. Was I just really bad at makeup a year ago? I don't know. How did I do my own makeup for my wedding? How? Apparently I was terrible at makeup because this is not that bad. Like I'm not hurting myself right now. Maybe I was just really heavy-handed back then. Yeah, that doesn't look very bad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad I left myself a door open in the beginning of the video to be wrong. I can't think of a single one of these that I'm like, could this possibly be redeemable? Like, no, they're all terrible. Or maybe I didn't. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it. I misjudged you. Sorry. Now, for, I guess, contour, we're going to be using two different little palette things. This is the Wet n Wild Megaglo contouring palette. First of all, where did they get the glow? Because both of these are matte. And then second of all, it is called Dulce de Leche, and it's supposed to be for lighter skin tones. But I don't think that color is going to work on me. I think it's just going to make everything look darker. So I'm like, how is that the highlighting shade? I don't really know. So I'm going to use it though. I'm going to use that shade under my eyes. It didn't help, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't really get it. And then they tell you on the back side how you're supposed to use it. I don't think this can be used that way. And it's definitely not going to give me the dewy glow that the model has. Yeah, this is not really doing much for me. I just look more powdery now. Also, I'm going to use this little feller. I just remember this being kind of like a muddy shade that was too warm. You can't contour with it, so I'm going to try to bronze with it. It's just a weird shade and it's super dusty. I mean, it blends out. I'll give it that. I mean, it's affordable, but like, at what cost? And that illuminator is gone. It's like obliterated. So that's that product. I'm just not a big fan of it. And then people have gone nuts over it in the past, and I'm like, but why? Okay, next I'm going to use my second least favorite contour palette in history. This is from Rimmel London. I lusted after this for so long because people would rave about it. And it is pretty. Like, it's got 3 pretty tones in it. But for me, the highlight was not bright and poppy enough. And also, these are all 3 shimmery shades. So this one is a shimmery shade, but it's supposed to be a contour shade. So I'm like, I mean, it's the right tone. I love the color of it, but like, was it a contour shade? Really? I also remember these not being very pigmented and a little bit patchy. And this was the palette that I brought with me like traveling because it's a great little format. I love this format. I wish that they would re-release this with better, better stuff. It's just a cute little, just like boop, 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 and you get a good amount of each, but it's not like overwhelming, and it's very clear like what to do with it. I don't know, does that look dirty to you? It looks a little bit dirty to me. I'm gonna use my little brush and try to contour my nose just a little bit. My foundation brow is getting me right now. So I'm going to use my highlighting brush for the highlight. I remember this being quite dusty. That did nothing. Oh my gosh. It's emphasizing my texture all right. Let me put it on my finger. Look. Yeah, that is the driest stuff I've ever used. See, right now I should have a milk mustache by this point. Where's my milk? I remember the blush being quite pretty. Okay, yeah, that's kind of pretty. This palette, I think the way to sum it up, it's just not anything special. Oh man, yep, these, I remember. So for my eyeshadow primer, I'm going to use the 24-Hour Color Tattoo by Maybelline. First of all, this packaging. Is it supposed to go like this, where you see this ugly side? Or is it supposed to go like this, where you see this pretty side, but it's bigger on the top? I don't know. So this is the gold shade. It is in the shade Barely Branded. I didn't like this because it was like gummy and cakey, and I wish it was a little bit more creamy. Why am I doing this to myself? And it emphasizes like all the texture on the lid, and it's instantly gummy. I'm having to like chip it off with my fingernail. It's just gummy. I don't know how else to describe it. And it's a pretty tone. It's pretty. It's just not, it's not flattering. Now, I will say they have reformulated this. I have not tried the new formula. So then for my eyeshadow today, I am going to be using the RealHer I Feel Beautiful palette. I wanted to like this, but I hate it. I literally have never hated another eyeshadow palette as much as I hate this one. First of all, the tones, very pretty. That's why I chose it from Ipsy. I chose this over a Huda Beauty palette. Huda! What was I thinking? This palette is one that a dad apparently designed for his daughter so that she can have clean makeup or whatever, which is a really cute story. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to go in with the shade Flawless. And I'm just going to put that all over my lid. These are the dustiest shades ever, and they have zero pigment to them. I don't know if he was just trying to protect her from actually being able to look flawless or stunning, but he did, and he protected everybody else that bought this palette. It makes me so angry because I wanted to like it. Okay, I'm going to use Incomparable. We're going to try to use every shade in this palette. I really like the tones. I like the colors that they pick. They just don't show up on the eyelids, which is... Okay, so we're going to use this shade Gorgeous. Do you see anything yet? Do you see anything? I'm not like trying to make this fail. It just has never worked for me. Going in with Stunning now. And I get it that like putting one shade on top of another can give you a muddy look, but one of these shades should be able to show up. Okay, so now I'm going to use the shade Enchanting. This is this purple shade. I'm going to use it under my eye. Yeah, this is bad. Alluring. I don't feel very alluring. Gonna go in with the shade Divine. This one is the worst in the entire palette. I'll swatch them for you. I can't even see where I'm putting it. Like, that's how light it is. I'm gonna like pack that on just so that you see, like, I'm not exaggerating. So I'm putting some on my brush. This is a smudge brush. And then I'm like packing it on there. And it's just not giving me full pigmentation like I want. Watch, I'll go over it like once. And it'll just be gone. Just going lightly over the top just to even that out. And also, there's no color. Like, it all looks gray on me. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my finger on the shade Impeccable. And I'm just going to put that all over my lid. So I put a bunch of it on my brush, wetting it with setting spray, and then I'm packing it on there. Finally, we've got something, but I feel like I'm playing with little kid makeup. Okay, now going in with the shade Perfect. Just slap it right there. And I will put some of that on my brow bone as well. It's an okay look. It's just not dramatic at all. If I had known. Okay, now comes the really fun part of the look. For eyeliner today, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Stardust Glitter Eyeliner in the shade Shimmering Gold. It's just, you just can't build it up enough. It takes like 7 coats to build it up. It's like it has glitter in it, but it doesn't have like fine glitter in between the big glitter. And so it's just glitter floating around in like this clear liquid. It's hard to control. It's just rough. It's just real hard to see where it's going, so it's hard to get like an even line. It's not what I wanted it to be. Now I'm going to use my least favorite mascara ever. This is the Wet n Wild Lash Renegade. Just the worst. It's got this weird spiky tip ball, and then you poke yourself in the eye with it and nearly go blind, and you're like, why do I wear makeup at all? But then also, the formula is terrible. It's not a comfortable mascara at all. Now that I've gotten all 12 of my lashes, apparently, I'm just going to show you what like a really good mascara looks like. This is the Benefit Roller Lash, and it's also got a plastic wand that's kind of spiky, but the formula just lets your lashes be fluffy. Gives you more than 12, you know. I don't know, maybe that wand isn't so bad. Was I wrong? You know what I bet it is? I forgot to take my lash serum off from last night, and it had these little like gummy strings. That's sticking my lashes together right now. Hindsight's 2020. Just realized that this actually is a terrible mascara. I'm not lying, I promise. Okay, worst lipstick ever. This is from Covergirl, and this is their cream lipstick, and it is in the shade Decadent Peach. It's a pretty color, so I was like, I really want that, you know, and so that's why I bought it. And I understand why it went on sale. Again, hindsight's 2020. I'm going to come in with my Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner in the shade Think Flamingo, and I'm just going to line my lips real quick. And my lips are a little crusty, so this is us before. Not like great. Just you wait. It's not opaque. If I do that at all, it creates like these lines in my lips where it like rubs off, and it just emphasizes every single tiny bit of texture. I hate it. Okay, so this is the completed look using all products that I hate. If you're halfway okay at makeup, you can make just about anything work. But sometimes products are just bad, and it's through no fault of your own. It's just the nature of certain formulas. Sometimes things are just cheap, and I think that companies do this on purpose so that maybe 3 out of 5 of the products that you try are good, but then 2 out of 5 of them they can really cheap out and just make a quick buck based on something being gimmicky, something being, you know, flashy, and it's actually not that great, but it looks like it's going to be special, and then it isn't. They just rip that rug right out from under you, don't they? Now, did any of these get redeemed through trying them again? I honestly think this brow pencil did. It worked out pretty good for me. I like the color of it a lot, and the formula was really easy to work with. I like the little tip on it. It's pretty good. Everything else, though, I think I'm going to get rid of it because it's just not attractive. You know what I mean? It's like I can make it work okay. I could use it up if I really wanted to, but I have so much other stuff that I absolutely love. That goes along with the caveat that like just because I don't like this stuff and it didn't work for me doesn't mean that it's not going to work for you, and doesn't mean that if you love it then you're wrong. Yeah, you're well within your rights to like any of these products, even though I don't. So that is my video. I don't know, did you guys like this? Was it fun for you? Did you enjoy it? Do you enjoy when I talk about products, or do you like just basically seeing looks? Let me know, because I don't know what you guys want to see. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment down below, and come back for more videos. Okay, bye! I'm gonna swatch these for you, because I forgot. I can't even see where I just put those. Okay. Okay, I have them on my fingers. I'm not trying to fake you out. I'm like pressing hard too. I'll put it down here kind of. Out of a palette of 9, only 3 of them work. That's a 33% success rate. I would not get into that rocket ship, Mr. President. Oh, look, I have lipstick on my teeth. So fun. It's boggling my mind that these look similar. Oh, there it is. Okay. Wait, what? This one does feel harder. It feels like more plasticky. So it is different. It's different. I'm not crazy.